asthma crisis, and then some behavioral things that that really kept us hopping.
Right.
And in fact, it seems like when we first came across marriage enrichment, he was still a toddler, as I remember.
Right.
And things were sort of headed in the wrong direction.
Right. I was really grateful that we had, as a Sunday school class, had decided to seek out some sort of marriage improvement information. That was our class project at the time, and we looked at different programs, but decided that we would use ACME, even though it wasn't a church program. We would use ACME as our model to get started with marriage enrichment activities. And I was so grateful that we did that, because at that first retreat, it just really opened our eyes that we had bad habits already, and we needed tools in order to be able to cope with all the changes that were already happening and that were coming, that we had no clue about yet.
Yeah.
Would come through the years.
And what I think is, I remember how different we were in our styles. I came from a very calm family that, well, we pretended we didn't have conflict. We would, arguments were kept at a low level, discussion level, and no one ever raised voices. And as I recall, your family origin was quite the opposite.
Yes, my
and
family was very explosive.
That was a big shock for me, and it helped us to understand ways of dealing with conflict that really were not as destructive, because it used to send us in opposite directions. I would seek refuge and just not want anything to do with you after one of those conflicts. And it was driving us apart, and between the stressful careers and the stressful child rearing, why we were just headed down a bad path, I thought.
Right.
I didn't even recognize it until we found ways of coping. And I had this big moment of, aha, well, here's some tools for coping.
When you would leave, after we would have an argument that didn't get resolved, you would just leave the house. And of course that set me up to feel very abandoned and in some ways betrayed, but even deeper, set off even deeper memories of problems in my childhood. So it really made me even more clingy and probably louder and even more oppressive, which of course made you retreat even further.
Yeah.
Right.
But that was the pattern, as I recall you telling me, that your parents went through. Right. That led to their divorce.
Right.
So it just brought up all those bad memories from your childhood. Is that right?
Right. And then once I was able to get the understanding from within as a result of our training, then I could express it, and you heard me. You were able to say back to me, oh, now I understand, this is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So that was a tool that we had learned at the retreat. If I'm asked what has ACME done directly for our family, I think the most important thing is that it taught us how to stay together, to stay committed, and to keep working at it rather than give up, because my family has several divorces in it.